I'll be geeking out on this Beaujolais Nouveau on the next episode of Stay Rad Wine Blog TV. Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of Stay Rad Wine Blog TV. Chiming in on Beaujolais Day. It's the third Thursday of November, and every single year on the third Thursday of November, the folks in the Beaujolais region of Burgundy in France, they release their Beaujolais Nouveau, which is kind of like a new school style of wine with some old school sensibilities. There's plenty of Beaujolais out there that is not labeled as Beaujolais Nouveau. Beaujolais is this region where they specialize in the Gamay grape for the red wines. Typically, anywhere else that you're getting wine from in the Burgundy region, that red wine is going to be Pinot Noir. But Beaujolais does Gamay, and it's a similar type of grape in that it's a lighter style of red. Now, when we talk about the Beaujolais Nouveau, I mean, think about this. There aren't many times where you get the opportunity to drink a wine that was harvested in the same year that you're drinking it. And so that's something that's kind of neat about Beaujolais Nouveau is this is just the first pressing, the quick release of these Gamay wines that are coming from Beaujolais. The idea behind this is that because there isn't a lot of age to this wine, there wasn't any maturing in any sort of oak barrels, that this is more of a fresh type of representation of what the Gamay grape from Beaujolais in the Burgundy region of France could really do. And they suggest that this is really the ideal type of wine for your Thanksgiving dinners, for your Christmas dinners. Honestly, I think of big feasts with food that is usually kind of dry. Like, honestly, like a nice wet glass of Beaujolais should go good with some overly cooked dry turkey. You know what I mean? So anyways, let's check this out and see what's going on. By all indications, and sorry, this is the 2012 Beaujolais Nouveau from Georges Duboeuf. By all indications, from what they're saying, the 2014 vintage, really ideal conditions, nice and hot and ripe as a vintage. Now, color-wise, I mean, you're getting that. It's that very light, almost pink, purple type of note that you're going to see in those Beaujolais Nouveaux. The smell that comes off of these are not tight, repressed types of wines on the smell. I haven't even put my nose in it, and I'm getting like these cherries and raspberries and rose petals that are indicative of the Beaujolais Nouveau style. Let me actually stick my nose in there and see if I can pick out some other stuff. I don't know why, like, the first thing that jumped into my head was crayons. There is, like, a little bit of, like, a waxy type of component to that nose. Let me pick out the fruit, though, too. That was just weird. I just thought crayons for a second. Maybe pink, purple crayons. I don't know. You know what it is? And there's almost like a little bit of like a graphite note there. You know, maybe as a school teacher, I'm kind of bringing my work home with me right now. But yeah, like some nice, just fresh raspberries, a little bit of red apple, still more of that rose petal as well, a little bit of that cherry. Interesting, kind of fun, right? And then on the palate, you know, the first thing that hit me that I was not expecting was there's like this very tart cranberry cherry note that I haven't had with a lot of other Beaujolais Nouveaux or Gamay based wines in general. It kind of got me off guard a little bit. And then on the finish, I'm getting like this really long, like Bazooka Joe bubblegum type of note at the end of this. I'm getting like a little bit of like fresh strawberry. There's some almost like notes of whipped cream. Like I'm feeling like I want a strawberry shortcake right now. I think like an awesome like pound cake would be great. Right now, that's what I want. But really, it's bringing that freshness, that vibrancy, that juiciness that I would expect in a Beaujolais Nouveau. There are some of those graphite notes there as well. But really, more than anything, I'm getting like that tart cherry at the front. Transitioning to a melange of red and green apples. That sour note's kind of fun, and I think that's something that's going to make food pairings just a little bit more interesting. On some level, you know, if you're like me and you're kind of into sour beers, I think this might kind of suit your fancy a little bit. I'm liking that sour note quite a bit. And I don't know if that's, you know, in all the Beaujolais that I've had in the past, I don't know if that's ever been a note that I've processed with that before. And maybe it's just something that I'll start looking for. But I really enjoy that, and I got to be honest, like I'm typically somebody that has been known to bash Beaujolais Nouveau just because to me it doesn't represent what all this other wine is about. But I mean, I'm really not mad at this at all. This is really nice, and I do have to say, I didn't say this at the beginning, and usually I do. This is a sample that I got from Georges Duboeuf. On some level, I was almost thinking that I'd go into this going like, yeah, this is okay. I'd probably give it like an 84 or something, but it's really, it's. I can't believe I'm saying this, that I am geeking out on this Beaujolais Nouveau right now. I am geeking out on this Beaujolais Nouveau. And at $11, and this is something that you're going to see, you're going to see it anywhere where you see those festive Beaujolais Nouveau bottles. And honestly, just look for the weird cursive and the weird like funky patterns. And then just look for the one that's the Georges Duboeuf. And at $11, and most of them fall in that range, I think it'd be really nice to taste a bunch of those side by side. Is this a 2014 just bringing the thunder type of year, or are these guys just doing it better? I really don't know. And I'm very much looking forward to trying it out. You've converted me, guys. I really do appreciate this, and I hope that I can see more stuff like that in the future. When's the last time you had one preconceived idea of how a wine was going to be, and that just slapped you across the face and taught you something totally different? That's my question for you. By the way, I'm giving this an 89, which is unheard of for me for a Beaujolais Nouveau. An 89, and I really think you guys are going to love it, especially if you're not the type to give it a chance. You're going to love this one. An 89, and my question... Sorry guys, ran out of room on my phone, so go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Till next time, everybody, stay rad.
Stay mad at wineblog.com.